I have stolen my grandpa's money, and it's not the brightest thing I've done. Background: I live in my dad's grandpa house, not because my parents are poor, but because if not us, he wouldn't have company in his house. It happened when I'm around 9 to 10. Whenever I exit school, I'll see many toys sold around my school, but I can't never afford it. It's not because I'm poor, but my pocket money is so little that I only can afford a bottle of water, but my parents always give me lunch and water from home. My friends always brought cool toys to school, and it makes me jealous sometimes. Then I just couldn't hold back my desire to buy toys, so I stole some money from my grandpa's pocket. He's working as a professor at the time. I stole a bit much because you guys probably don't know my country currency. Let me paint the picture. It's worth as much as an average birthday cake, and I spend it on BB guns and other shit. How stupid I am now that I think of it. After that, I always felt sense of guilt and fear of being caught to the point I have trouble sleeping, so since then I never done it again in my life so far, and I'm glad I have a strong conscience. If I didn't, I probably ended up stealing more, and won't grow out of it and ended up in juvenile.
I got the whole class in trouble and because some idiot stole pencils. So in 3rd grade there was a girl that was annoying, got everyone in trouble, was rude, thought she was everything and stole pencils. She stole them for no reason. Every morning the teacher would let us come up to sharpen our pencils. She would go up and just takes them, not a single word. I sometimes was behind her and just thought, again. Really? How do you not have pencils? She did this every single day, and when someone actually need a pencil there would only be the ones that aren't usable. I felt bad for the teacher because she needed to replace them and the girl stole a lot of pencils. So I thought it would be time to get back at her. I cut a lot of tiny pieces of paper with the help of my friend next to me. It was pretty hard to do because we sat in rows of 3 and she was next to me, so we did that and we would take a handful and drop our pencil and let the pieces of paper fall under her desk. The teacher noticed the paper under her desk and thought it was her. This worked out because she would cut paper sometimes and drop it all over, plus she always lied, so this worked out really good. We did this for 3 days straight and the teacher blamed all of us, mostly the girl, and told us we couldn't go to recess until the person fussed up. Which me and my friend didn't do. Everyone was mad, but we saw it as sweet revenge.
I was arrested, then covertly stole my records and destroyed them. As a young teenager, a friend and I were charged with shoplifting over $100 worth of lingerie from a large department store, and I was permanently banned from all of the stores. Because I was so young and wasn't caught committing any other crimes, I was able to have the criminal charge expunged from my record when I turned 18. It is relevant to the story that, in my later teens, my dad legally changed his last name, and therefore so did I. When I was beginning my adult life and looking for a job, I applied to a different location of the store, because, well, I needed a job and I was applying to a bunch of places. I did not expect to be hired. But I was. I ended up working at the central location of the chain, where they kept records for all the stores. I worked for loss prevention, catching idiots like myself shoplifting, and learned the obvious mistakes I had made attempting my crime. We also screened all potential new hires to see if they had ever been caught committing a crime at any of the store locations. I learned that I was only hired because I had a different last name than the one I had at the time of my arrest. But I kept worrying that I would be found out and be in trouble. Loss prevention had keys and access to every place in the whole building, and I discovered that I had access to the hard copy records of all shoplifting arrests at every location. This was years ago, before computer databases were used for that kind of thing. One day, when the rest of the team was busy doing something else, I snuck into the room with the records and located the file under my former name. I also found a record of the friend I was with because my name was mentioned in her file too, and I smuggled both files out and destroyed them.